What's up, everyone? Looks like there's new people. I'm not gonna, just a heads up, like, I'm not gonna speak just to speak. I'm gonna call out things as I see them. Um, really interested in being long at our single prints here, 60, 49, 50. This is also not a bad spot, risk to reward, to be long before the open. I think we're right in the golden pocket if we draw our fibs. Or actually, we're below it. Okay, never mind. We're above the 50% fib. They could run it from here. And we're also at this massive buy side imbalance. For SPY people, we're looking for a bounce here, 603.46. We just tapped my imbalance. This is where I would be entering long. Looks like we have aggressive buyers coming in. SPY, if we tap the 603.46, you want to be in calls. Pretty surprised with the selling here. Lose this, things are starting to look bad. This is a pretty good delta node we have here, and we'll start to be looking bearish. This is like final straw. Yeah, not good. My mic's low. I might have hit it. Oh yeah, my mic is very low. Let's see, is that better? Actually, now it's probably way too loud. Okay, I gotta fix my volumes here. Give me a second, everybody. I hit the dial, I guess, with my gun. Okay, it looks like I should be good now. Sorry, everybody. This is like my final straw for long, or for calls on SPY. If we lose this, things start to get ugly. Right now on ES, we want them to regain the single prints. And if they do this, we should be breaking this high, as this is like a failed auction up at the top. We would want to see them go up and clean this up. Basically, yes, we lose 42. We need to be closing longs. Yeah, sorry. I have a I I don't know what to say. I'm always strapped basically, and I have like my gun in the holster sitting on my desk, and I guess it hit the gain dial on my volume, so that's what that's all about. As long as we hold 42, I'm still bullish, but this is not looking too hot. Delta's negative 1500, negative 1600. I was really expecting a bounce here, and I'll be pretty disappointed if they don't do it. Sorry, everybody. I didn't know I was muted.
That
Good morning, good morning.
attach the foundation correctly, and they half of them are just like
Morning. My bad. I've been saying if they hold 42, I'm bullish. If we lose this, I mean, really, like you can use a super tight stop loss on ES, like below 37, 36 for your stop loss. But we need to bounce here. I was kind of hoping for a bounce off the single prints, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Well, it doesn't look like. They did not give that to us. SPY, this is kind of my zone where I was looking for a bounce. SPY, we lose the January POC, cut longs or cut calls. I have a pretty big buying node here, like between 42 down to about 36 on ES, where is not a bad spot to initiate longs. Yes, perfect bounce from right there. ES, we really need them to break over 49, our single prints, for more upside. If this were me, I would be wanting to close right in here somewhere. They're probably going to want to go and make a new higher high if we do get up there. But I would take my profits and run right here. And for SPY people, let's see, just shy of 606. All right. Nice. We do not want a rejection here. We want them to get through this single prints. Also, apologies everybody. The my work has been having me work a lot of weekdays, and when I get home, I'm exhausted and don't have the energy to go live and trade live. But we'll be doing a lot more now. Just heads up.
Yeah, I was wondering how come no more live streams.
Yeah, I just work's been
Are you
crazy.
are you live on YouTube right now or no?
Yeah,
Just yeah. Oh, okay.
yeah, both. I'm still bullish. Getting over this POC at 46 is definitely bullish. But we also need to clear 60, 50, 150 for more upside. We got to get over these single prints. They're being freaking annoying here. Let's go get aggressive. I'm hoping they're not trying to do this. It looks like they might be, but again, it's just not a bad spot to initiate long and have a tight stop loss. We get over these single prints, things start to look a lot nicer for upside. Whoa, I didn't even see this. I need to be able to see what that is. 6048. Hopefully that is a buyer and not a seller. You guys see this? There's a 500 order on ES at 6048. I think it's a seller though. I really do. And I'm cringing inside right now. If this is a seller, we're going to get smacked the hell down. Can we get over 48, please? Another one. 604725. 500 order on ES. I've never seen anything like that. 604725, 481, 60, 46, 25, another 500 order. 60, 47, 25, another 500 order. This is crazy. If these are sellers, we are about to get smacked into oblivion.
So just because it's green and says buy doesn't mean it's a
That,
buyer.
no, that doesn't mean anything. So you have to think about bid and ask, right? And we can limit buy on the bid side. We can also market buy on the bid side. Um, a limit buy would be opening, or sorry, I hate this. It confuses myself. Like when I try to verbalize it, I'll pull it up on the screen and show you guys. Freaking confusing as hell. But we can buy and sell at both the bid, right? And we can also buy and sell at the ask. So if it was as simple as buy and sell, like trading would be so simple. But I'm pretty sure this is a seller, and I'm pretty sure we're about to get smacked down. I've got to find this book. Where is it? Okay, I found it. Order flow, Trader Dale. So passive buyers on the bid side, passive sellers on the ask side. And then we have aggressive sellers on the bid side, aggressive buyers on the ask. So then if you look at it together, on the bid side, we can have aggressive sellers or passive buyers. So it could say buy, and that could be a passive seller on the ask side, right? And vice versa. So it can be pretty confusing.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. Yeah. They're going to dump this. This is where you close and you switch to short or wait for a retest. If they happen to give us like 46, great spot to get in short. I'm pretty mad at myself because I saw the writing on the wall.
Oh,
They also spent 5 hours, right, buying through here. I'd be short here. I don't like this buying tail, but we have an incomplete auction at the bottom. Wow, it's slow today. These sellers better show up. Trying to make me look stupid today.
I think these big orders are related to China trade deal news, so we need to find out which way that's going to swing.
Makes sense.
No, this is crazy.
All right, so far they got my number. I don't know. So now are they going to do what I was looking for earlier, which is breaking over, going? At this point, sit on my hands. I'd like to see a clean break, 3 5-minute candles, retest, enter long. This is a big level here on ES SPY. Huge. This is where we see if the bulls are in control. And it looks like Bulls are not in control. They are struggling at the 60-51 level. Yeah, Jack, this is boring as hell.
so many orders.
So many what?
There's a lot of $500.
Hmm. Josh, I'm not really much of an options trader, but I basically determine. I talk about this like when I do classes, but basically when I'm looking at a move, if I think it can play out in a day, I'll normally get like options for the next day. If they have daily contracts, like I'll go one day out. If I'm looking at a trade that I think will take about 4 days to play out, then I would probably grab a week or two out. And basically, I just will switch, like to a larger time frame, and kind of just say, I'll use the date range tool and say if I think from here to here, and how long do I think it'll take? Like for this, I would probably grab 4 days because it's basically 2 days to make that move that I'm looking at. And I'll just use an average. Like I'll look back. Like if I'm looking for a 10-point move on SPY, I would look back and see on average how long it takes for SPY to move 10 points. So that's what I do. And then as far as strike price, I would be getting, like if I think SPY is going to 604, then I would get like a 603 or a 604 contract. It looks like today might be a day to go and touch grass and just not trade. I'm going to hang out maybe for another 15 minutes, 30 minutes. And if it keeps going like this, I'll be calling it a day very quickly. I should add I'm done trading for the day. It's been a rough month. This is my month. I took 2 trades yesterday. Oh, yeah, I took a small trade. I should have got a win here. I said I should have, but they, wait, is this right? That's weird. I feel like one of my orders is not showing up, but whatever. I took a trade yesterday on ES. And they stopped me out here. I was long. I don't even remember. What time? I was long somewhere in here. And I was like up. And then they did this, stopped me out, and then went to my profit target. It was a small trade, so it's not really even a big deal, but it's pretty. I was pretty bummed out that they did that stop hunt. My YouTube folks, we're going to have to do this again very soon, since they're really just not giving us much of anything at all. But I mean, frankly, I'm just not like a. Um, I'm not going to sit here all day and watch this, right? And wait for a trade. I'd rather go do something productive with my day. Um, this actually might be a little diamond top. Which, if it is, they're going to dump this. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. If this is a diamond top, we break this, they're going to sell off. Another big order just came in. 60, 50, 175. Looks like another seller. Another big order, 600, or sorry, 500 order at 648.50. For people that don't understand how huge that is, and it's a sell. This is a sell. We're gonna dump right now. 648. Wait, no, that's not. 60.48.50. So you multiply that by 12.5 times 4 times 500. This is the size of that order. 151 million. These are big, big, big boys or girls. We're not sexist here. But yeah, this is big dogs coming in. Yeah. There's another one. 60.54. I would expect them to sell off from here. Insane amount of orders coming in. And just since nothing's happening, just to kind of show you guys, I have this filtered to 20 contracts or more. If I turn it to 1, you'll see like just a spam of orders, right? I'm only interested in the larger orders. We want to see what the big dogs are doing. So I filter it to 20 or more contracts. I realized too, I'm pretty stupid. Earlier I said here, we switched to the single, what's it called? I can't English. The single footprint chart where it doesn't show bid and ask, it just shows all orders. And here I was saying between, I don't remember the exact, I think I said 38, but it must have included 40. This is big. 40 down to like 36 was a spot to initiate longs. And then when we came there, I didn't even mention it, but this was a good spot to be long for the day. I talked about it, and then when we got there, I dropped the bag, I guess. Oh, and also, I should probably explain this. When, we'll just do a little teaching here. So if you switch to the single, where you see a large amount of orders, what you're then looking for from there is a full body candle to open and close above that level, or a full body candle to open and close below that level. If we open and close above, then when the next time we come to that level, you would follow and you would be in calls or be in long. If the full body candle open and closes below, the next time we come to there, we would be short or in puts, right? Right now, I'm looking for a retest of this here to grab longs. Oh, and also, I guess I didn't mention this, but the theory on something like this where full body candle opening and closing above or full body candle opening and closing below would say that this was buyers, right? If they're opening and closing above. And the next time that we come to there, and we're talking like institutional buying, right? Like the big boys, big girls. So the next time we come there, we would expect those buyers to defend their position and send it back up, right? Or the inverse, if the full body candle is below, the next time they retest that level, we would expect the big boys, big girls to step back in and defend that position and sell it back off from there. Okay. And then you can see here we have like a large delta node right at like our 49.48 level, which is where I'm looking to initiate long. And it might be like a slow grind up. So for futures traders, like if they give us this, they could grind it up to here like throughout the day. Option traders, it's a little harder. You know, if they grind it slow, theta is going to destroy you, right? Unless you get further out contracts or something. All right, I'll take that retest now. And for my futures people, I would put a little zone around this. So. Well, we'll have to see, Stockfather. Definitely nothing wrong with risking a couple extra points, you know, if that's what you think. So Shorty just said 83.50. I wonder what he's looking at. Well. This would be a nice little spot for them to reject from. Give us a retest, hopefully. I should say for my SPY people, you can trade right off of this chart. If we test this green zone, hop in calls. And then we're targeting this next green zone. Shorty's saying 83.50. So he's like targeting there. And I understand why. This is a failed auction. So technically they should, hopefully they do this. And then they'll probably come to here, get a rejection, and then go. They want to clean up this auction. And if I'm being realistic about this line, it should be something like this. Come back to here, we'll probably reject. Grind higher, reject. Da-da-da-da-da, right? Brian, yes, there's definitely an indication to be long right here. I mean, first of all, if we just look at what they were doing pre-market, they were buying through here, right? Like 5 hours of buying, and then they sent it, came back to that zone and sent it again. But if we just look at our footprints right here, I talked about this at the beginning. This here, we have a large amount of orders. And when it happened, we don't know if these were buyers or sellers, right? But once we have a full body candle open and close above this level, then we know this is where these were buyers, right? And so the next time they retest this is where we want to be long, initiating longs or in calls for SPY. And they came right back to... And I said, like, between, I don't remember the exact levels I gave, but I think I said 41 to 36 is where we would want to be initiating longs. And they came right back to 35.75. And now we're kind of just waiting, same thing. We have a big zone here. Actually above it as well. 51. 52. So actually what Stockfather said, retesting 52 would actually be good. Spot to get in longs. And then all the way down to about 44, but 52 is probably the best spot to get in. I'm going to extend my bubble here now that I'm looking at this chart more clearly. Yeah. Hopefully they give us a retest. This is right around where we should be rejecting. 61.50-ish. We want to see them come back down and then go. I guess hopefully worst case, if we don't get a decent setup, at least we got some education in. I'm going to go make some coffee really quick. I'm going to leave my stream up. Don't hesitate if we come to this green zone. You want to be in long or in calls. We're targeting here. Again, for spy people, you can trade off of this. You just wait for this zone instead of looking for that area on spy. But if I were to guess, it's roughly right around here that we're watching. Okay. And then our target on spy is just shy of 604. I want to say it is. Oh, 606. Sorry. Yeah. You could probably find it pre-market. Yeah, so 605.75-ish, right around there is what I'm targeting. Anyway, hopefully they give us a retest. I'll be back in about 5 minutes, and then we'll keep this going. I'm just going to mute my mic, and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
I should unmute myself and then speak. Um, so did you go long off the level I gave Almighty Beardman, or did you go long off of the previous day value area high? Give us a retest. Nice, Almighty Beardman. Well, it definitely was a stop run. I mean, in all technicality, like, this is not a bad spot to even initiate long. It's just not how I trade, but they might not give us this. We'll have to see. I'm going to have a bunch of people that think I'm an alcoholic, but it's all good. Cheers. I have work tonight, and when I work, like, I'm on an opposite schedule, so it's nighttime for me right now. And my first night at work, I don't know. It's just easier to take a good nap if I have a beer beforehand, so here's to that. So much for coffee. I made coffee for my wife, I should say. Exactly, Almighty Beard Man. Like, people see you and they're like, dude, like, what's your problem? And we're drinking the good stuff. This is, I bought a case last night. You're not going to be able to see it, but Lagunitas Waldo's 2022. Yeah, Stockfather, I could see that. I mean, there's still a chance they give us a nice retest. And if they do, we want to take it. pretty big bummer to me that today is the day that I'm live on YouTube and the market's like,
It's been like this for days though.
I know, and I've been so glad I haven't been trading.
Yep.
I'll look at it and go, "Oh, I'm so glad I didn't trade." Really, like last week, I think I only traded one day. I guess depending on what we consider the week. Let me see. I feel like I don't want to be a liar right now. Yeah, I would be a liar if I said that. I traded, I guess, Sunday, Monday, and Friday. It felt like one day, but yeah. This week we've been more consistent. A lot of the trades, though, have been in the overnight session. Is just kind of nothing is happening anywhere. Oh, I'm up 22 cents on my craft shares that I bought. Stockfather, that's been the really just what's happening, recently is levels don't even matter. It's all about the news. And it's definitely making trading difficult, right? Michael, that's hilarious. My dog walking around on the wood floor. And just to show you guys, well, this will be for the people on YouTube. This would be the reason for the my volume being off. This must have hit my volume knob. Sits on my desk when I'm trading. In my pants when I'm outside. I mean, 56, this is not a bad spot, right, to hop in. I would actually be a little bit above. Here is not a bad spot if they don't give us this retest. Like this is not a bad long. Yeah, she's a beaut. We've got a lot, but this is my daily carry. So, tier 1 concealed Colt holster, SIG P365. It's got the compensator. I can't really point. Trigicon red dot. This is Radian backstrap and magwell, and then Radian mag plates. TLR 7 light. Thing's bright. We always strapped. Hopefully I never have to use it. I'll share something with you guys. Just I'm bored, so I might as well talk about something. But like, I've been shooting since I don't even know. I think the first time I shot a gun, I was like 4 years old. And then when I was 10, I used to, we lived in the countryside in France. My closest neighbor was like 5 miles away. And I literally used to just sit in my backyard and shoot all day long. I didn't have very much else to do. Like, I'd play with the dogs, ride my skateboard, watch a little bit of TV. But back then, in France, there was only like 5 TV channels. And generally nothing that I really wanted to watch. So I spent a ton of time in the backyard just shooting stuff. And when I guess now today, I was shooting like only iron sights, and I would set up like really intricate moving targets. I mean, in the beginning, I just shot cans, right, or whatever. I shot paper cans, whatever. And as that became more and more boring, I figured out a way to make targets move, and I would shoot moving targets and stuff, and then I would run around and shoot and whatever. And so now today, with iron sights, I am like deadly accurate. When I joined the service, my very first day at the range, I shot marksman, and I don't know, like when I say this, it's not bragging; it's just kind of a fact. I think I have a rare ability of being accurate with iron sights at like on a pistol, iron sights at 50 to 100 yards. And I have a friend that's a shooting instructor. Like he does, he teaches like the local police and sheriff how to shoot. And I hired him to teach my son how to shoot. And we're at the range one day, and I was telling him, like, oh, I'm good, whatever, 50 to 100 yards with iron sights with a pistol. And then a little bit later, he, like, casually says to me, like, a lot of people over-exaggerate how good they are at shooting. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, shit, is he talking about me? And so later in the day, I was like, hey, like, do you mind if I take a couple shots back here? Roughly, I don't know, it was like roughly 40, 50 yards. I didn't have it measured, so I can't tell you exactly the distance. And he was like, yeah, sure, go for it. I took 2 shots with a 9mm. And again, right around 40, 50 yards. I don't know exactly. Shooting at a 1-inch diameter target, like a little tiny bullseye. My one shot went right through the bullseye. My second shot was about half an inch below it. And then he was like, oh, shit, like, you are actually really good with iron sights with a pistol. I was like, I told you. Like, I was like, I have no reason to lie. Like, it's just a thing. I've done a lot of shooting in my days. So I guess maybe, I don't know. This is frustrating, but I think this is going to be... Sorry, I just missed with that box. This is going to be the retest where we wanted to hop in back in long, I'm guessing. Hopefully some people took it. But even still, it's just going to be slow and grindy. Forever die. I mean, I would love this range, 52 to 48-ish. I don't think we're going to get it, though. But if we do, definitely grab longs here. And then this was the most recent, this little zone right here. They tapped the very top of it. And when it happened, I said, like, this isn't a bad spot to be long. But not really how I like to trade. I like to get in tops and bottoms, like down here. But it is what it is. Yeah, Stockfather, I think we're going to get an initial reaction right in this 72 to 70 zone, but close enough. Yeah. Forever, no, not at all. Never. No. That's how you end up just blowing accounts, is chasing. That's one of the hardest things for people with trading, is just sitting here being patient, right? We've been sitting here for a while doing absolutely nothing, talking about guns and just whatever, because there's nothing going on. If I was trading on my own right now, like, I would be all up in Spotify, and I'd probably be listening to is it? Why? So this song has been like, not the one that's playing, this one. Air by Sparta. I've been just jiving on this, and it's wild. These people only have like 72,000 monthly listeners, and it's kind of hard to explain, but like my son's in a band, and he also does this thing called band core, which is where just like a group of kids come together and they vote on songs to like play and sing and whatever, and then from that group they'll form like bands. And one of the kids suggested this song, and all the kids like voted on it and picked it. And so my son is actually singing this song, and the first time I heard it I hated it, and now I can't listen to it enough. Like I'm loving this band. I will say though, I have like a very eclectic music taste, so I like listen to everything. Oh, and then for people on Discord, this is Sparta, and the song is called Air. I know you guys can't hear it, but YouTube can. Awesome, Stockfather. It's actually been like really cool talking to you, because you obviously know your stuff, and it's been nice, like, the back and forth conversation, seeing what you're seeing versus what I'm seeing. It's been nice. It's been cool talking with you. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. You take care, brother. Anyway, after I heard them like practice the song a couple of times, I freaking just fell in love with it, and I like listen to it a lot now. Yeah. Almighty Beardman, I will sometimes, yeah, for sure. But I also don't really like, like if they hit my level, I'm always worried that the next time they hit it, it's not going to be respected, So just depends on how strong the level is, and if it's a strong level, I'll leave my order. If it's not, then I won't, since I'm bored. Right behind me in the safe. This is my 45 P220 Equinox. I gotta clear it. Oh, I didn't have it chambered. That's wild. I normally keep it chambered. I'm actually glad I pulled it out, because if I did need it in an emergency, I would think it was chambered. But I've had this for, I don't know, a good 15 years. Love this gun. But I love SIGs. I mean, you could tell I've shown 2 now on stream. But this one's cool with the wood grain handle, and then you won't really be able to see it, but I have these sights are those fiber optic sights that like glow at night. I just have this one with the straight iron sights. A lot more comfortable for me than a red dot. But I put the red dot on my daily carry because I want it to become more comfortable. Right, so I'm going to chamber this one now. put it back in the safe. That's a little, like, basically right behind my desk, I have a little single, what's it called? Single gun safe, you know, fingerprint. It's nice too because it has like a little LED in it, so when it pops open, it's lit up. So if it's nighttime, you can see. And I've got an extra mag in there, so it's nice. All the big boy stuff is in the other room, in the closet in a safe. We got all the rifles back there. My 10-year-old has his own AR. He saved up money for and bought. He also has his own 9mm he keeps in his room. I know that might sound wild to a lot of people, but I'll say this: I have 2 adult children, 28 and 26, and neither one of them, when they were kids, would I ever let them have like guns in their room. Both of them were trained at a young age, like, you know, gun safety and everything, and how to clear guns, how to field strip guns, how to shoot guns. But I would never let them just have something in their room. But my 10-year-old is super responsible, so it's different. I trust him to have it in his room, but I wouldn't trust the average 10-year-old, you know, to have guns sitting in their room. So, and I'm sure with that said, people will still judge me, and that's okay. I get it. But he's a very responsible, very mature 10-year-old. And actually, he doesn't even need guns. He does MMA. He can kill you by choking you. So there's that too. All right. I think I'm going to come call it a day here. Unfortunately, I feel like I missed everything. I mean, again, I say I missed. I called this out. I just didn't call it out when we came to the level. So to me, it feels like a miss, right? I said if we come back to this 41 to 36 level, which we came to what, 35.75, was the spot to be in long, or was the spot to get calls. I say that I missed it because when we came there, I wasn't thinking bullish. I didn't call out, hey, guys, grab long here, guys, grab calls here, right? I talked about it before it happened, and then when it happened, all of that went out the door. And I'm gonna chalk it up to rust for today, because like I really, this last month I haven't been trading as much as I normally do, and yeah, I just I feel like if I was my normal self, I would have caught this like no issues. But today, I slipped. I didn't call it out when it happened, and that's a bummer. With that said, I'm going to be doing a lot more lives. For people in Shorty's Discord, I'm going to be going live. You know, I'm going to try to go live again daily. I do have some work days where I'm working during the week, and you know, it's just going to be what it is. But for people on YouTube, I'm going to be doing the same thing, just like kind of private streams, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, definitely need to get back into the swing of things. Right now, I definitely feel like I owe the people on YouTube a live trading session, because today has been ass. With that said, watch this zone. if you're on SPY, it's it's basically the wicks of these 5-minute candles is where you want to be thinking calls if they give us a retest, and if they give you that retest, you want to be closing, and I like this is definitely subjective, but if I was trading, I would probably be closing right around here to lock in my profits, but you can also target the December POC. Hopefully they do give us a retest, and then just to show you guys the exact levels, 603.87 is where I would initiate calls for SPY if they do give us a retest, right? If I wasn't done trading, I would just hang out at my computer and wait patiently and see if they give this. But since I'm done trading, I have no reason to sit here and wait patiently for this. But I would definitely be watching for this ES people and SPY people, right? I would hang out longer, but like I said, I have work tonight. I need to go feed my dogs and get a nap in before tomorrow. So I think that's what I'm gonna go do. If things were more volatile, like I would hang out, but right now it's like watching paint drive. Yeah, forever. I'm on a live account. Yes. I will say I have like a, what's it called? I don't know what word to use, but like I'm pretty bad with the prop firm funded accounts. What I always end up doing is I'll pass an eval. I'll get up to the point that I need to get up to withdraw money, and then I withdraw the maximum, and I allow myself, basically like I leave myself very little drawdown. And every once in a while, like on one account, I'll get like 2 or 3 payouts, but a lot of times I'll get one payout and then I'll blow the account because I don't leave myself enough drawdown. But the thing is like I use I mean, like I don't really talk about this very much, but it's just a fact of life. Like I live in a single family or a single income family. My wife is a stay-at-home mom. She would rather be working. My wife was a very, very successful businesswoman in China, and she never wanted to be like the homemaker, stay-at-home mom type. She's a college graduate. She's very intelligent. She loves to work, but right now, we have a really high-functioning 10-year-old. That's like his IQ when we had him tested was 148, and he's barely going into second grade. He's already doing calculus and like high-level physics and biology and chemistry and stuff, and like we can't send him to a regular school, and so we homeschool him, and just with whatever, like it's not conducive for my wife to be working, and so with that said, like being single family income in Southern California, and then being homeowners, we have a home in China, we have a home in France, and we have a house here in Southern California. Like, I take my money out and I pay my bills, So, with that said, like, I really end up like passing an eval. I'll run it up, cash it out, and then leave myself very little drawdown. I might blow the account. I'll start a new one. Pass the eval, run it up, cash it out, blow, whatever. And like I think the most payouts I've ever gotten from one account was like 3, maybe 4 in a row, without blowing it. But like I said, I just never leave myself a lot of drawdown. I'll always take out the maximum, to cover cost of living and bills and whatever else. So, yeah, right now I'm trading with Top Step, but I like Top Step and I like Apex. And from what I understand, what's it called? I forget the name of it, but there's one like Trader Funding or something like that that allows daily payouts. I've heard they're really good. I've never tried them, so I can't like speak on it myself. But I've got payouts from both Top Step and Apex, so those ones I can speak for. Thank you, Michael. For Spy, um, this is it right here. 605.66 to 605.80 ish. They might go up and hit 607.64, but for me, like I'm happy if I catch whatever, let's just say 604 to 605 and 605 and a half. I'm good. I'll take my money. Forever. I've never had an issue taking a payout on Apex. I do know people that have had like a small issue. People that make like a lot of money. So like one of the guys that like is in Shorty's Discord, he cashed out 1.6 million. So he opened 20 accounts with Apex and copy traded them and grinded it up and cashed out 1.6 million. And when he went to go and get his payout, they made him send, like just pictures of everything, like a photo ID. I don't remember what else. But then they also had him like live on webcam showing his hands, recording his charts, teaching how he trade or like showing how he actually trades. All right, they might give us our retest here. This is not bad either. If you don't want to wait for this zone, this is not a bad spot to hop in long, or get calls on Spy. So anyway, they had him. I think for people that are requesting like really large payouts, they want you to explain how you trade, like what your strategy is, and then they want you to show yourself and your hands actually taking trades. So yeah, what's up, JP? They finally going to give us a retest, and they do it before I leave. That's awesome. We are watching very closely here. Give us a completed auction, please. So a little bit risky, but long right now, or calls right now. I'd like to see a completed auction, which they haven't given us yet. If you want to be more patient and wait for that to happen, it could be this 48 level. This might have been it. So if you took the risky option, you might be good. Yeah, you can send it now. Bitches. They made us wait for that for way too long. That's it. Ugh, finally some life. I'm glad I didn't get off. Wow. So we should have tapped. Yeah. So we tapped our SPY zone. Perfect. Now you're targeting this 605.66 to close. ES. And again, like you could, depending on your risk, close here in this range. This is also not bad. Same thing for ES. You can close here or target here. Don't slow down now, buyers. And then here's Confluence. Shorty right at the same time said good spot. I wasn't watching the chat. I was watching my chart, but I'll always take some Shorty Confluence for my trades any day. There's roughly 50 people watching. Hopefully 50 people just caught this long or caught calls right here. So for people with smaller accounts, I would just close right here. What you can do is, if you caught this, I'm just going to say the mid right here. I don't remember exactly where I called it out. My stop loss, well, I have to figure it out based on my risk to reward. Yeah. My stop loss would be just below this wick here. If you have a smaller account, you can take your profits here, or you can move your stop loss to break even when we get to this zone and then target the top here. Really up to you how you do it. This is not a bad spot to close. Take your profits and run on a really crappy, slow moving day. And we rejected right from there. Awesome. All right. I feel like this is how I normally trade, where we look for that aggressive, pullback. This is the level that Shorty's targeting. He thinks price might come up to here. My target's here, and I just deleted the last one, but they literally just tapped where I would close if I wasn't looking for the bigger move. Right, so this is the level Shorty called out that he said he thinks they're targeting. On a day like today, I would take my 10 points on ES or whatever this was on SPY. I think it's like roughly a point they gave us. Yeah, they literally gave us a point, and I would take it, and I would run, and I would go touch grass, hang out with my kids, whatever, do something. Yeah, this is 83.50 is what Shorty had called out. Yeah. I'm so glad this just happened because, specifically for people on YouTube, for people in Discord, you guys see us do it like every day, but this is what I like to see, like those nice pullbacks where we can initiate a long, and then like a quick bounce, get in, get out, take my money, run. And that hadn't happened today. And well, it did here, but again, I missed calling it out. So I'm glad I got a second opportunity to call that out live. Almighty Beardman, I didn't trade. I didn't share this in shorties, but I was done trading today. Like I took a trade last night, and I don't want to break my trading rules. Basically, I allow myself like 2 trades a day, and I took 2 trades last night. Like I can. This is. It says 1 trade, but it's 2 trades. I took the trade on Tuesday night and closed it Monday morning. So I think it's showing like 2 here and 1 here, but it was 2 trades last night that I took, or yesterday, whatever. And I consider this one like today, so I'm good. I'm done. This was beautiful. And with that, I'm happy. And with that, I'm happy to shut down and go about my day. Hopefully, again, people, Discord and YouTube caught that move, or specifically caught the entry. That was nice. They did not give us a completed auction, which was a little bit sketchy, but it was still good. Let's see. So with that said, I'm going to call it a day. Again, you guys can totally target that level we had. Same thing on SPY. Oh, I'm going to clean up this chart because everything on here is charted live on YouTube. And I don't like to add extra stuff after the fact, or I don't like to move things. I just noticed this is a perfect retest of the single prints on SPY. Anyway, this is exactly what we were looking for, right? And you just saw it called out live. Anyway, I really hope everybody caught it. I hope you guys banked on it. There's definitely a chance that we go higher. Also not terrible to just secure your profits here and call it a day. It's been a pretty slow day. It's been pretty slow moving, and never bad to take profits at key levels. And right now we're at a key level. Okay. Definitely a chance we could reject and go lower from here. So not a bad spot to close. All right. That said, much love, much respect to everybody. I will definitely be doing a class Saturday or Sunday. I haven't decided on the day yet. It'll probably be right around noon on noon Eastern time. No matter which day it is, if it's Saturday or if it's Sunday. I'm going to do an in-depth class on volume profile and just kind of talk about how I trade. We'll talk about a little bit of trading psychology, which is super important. But just kind of break everything down and try to simplify things for everybody. Okay? So, with that said, much love, much respect. People in shorties, I have work tonight, so if I do trade, I'll be on like an hour after the open. And it's really just going to depend on how things are moving. Like, if it's slow and choppy, I'm just not even going to get on. If we have some volatility, then I'll definitely hop on. Okay? Anyway, peace out, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I really hope people caught this trade. And